Yeah.
Let's go. We ride in Jesus' name. Bring Jesus in shame. Declare Jesus to the end.
Well, good morning, Get Wrecked for Recovery crew. So it's day 15 of the Redeeming Eden Cycle Tour, RECT, Get Wrecked for Recovery, a bicycle trip up the Atlantic coast of America to raise awareness that there are addiction recovery options available, that you don't have to die in your addiction. There's churches, Celebrate recoveries, and rescue missions all over the nation, all over the world, that just want to help you, talk to you, and love you if you find yourself battling addiction. So yeah, I stayed here at Manatee Hammock Campground last night. This was my view. This is a picture of the sunrise this morning. It was just absolutely gorgeous. I'm glad that I stayed here. It was a quiet night. Only ended up meeting one family, just kind of one of those things. I think that the Lord just wanted me to get in and rest and have a nice big day today. I read through that Elijah passage and the double portion thing. I think I'm going to go for 80 miles today. I think I'm going to do the double portion of miles today. But yeah, so I know you guys have, a couple of people have messaged me and talked to me in person and asked questions about the earbuds. So these are the AirPods Pro, and they have what's called transparency mode. And my wife got these for me for Christmas, and I could not be more impressed with a headphone for cycling. This transparency mode, these little black things, there's a microphone on each side, and it takes the outside sounds that that you should be hearing with your ears stopped up from a little rubber plug, and it injects that into your music, into what you're hearing. So I compare it to like standing in an open room with a radio on and people talking. You can hear everything, like the people and the radio. Like there's no, I can only hear the radio, I'm having trouble hearing the people, or vice versa. So I hear all the traffic way far back. I've got plenty of time to check my mirrors. Like, it's normal. Like, my listening, my hearing is completely normal just with music in the background. It's almost like bone conduction, but I would even say better. So yeah, these are what I've been using, and they work as a microphone for my recording also. So all the way around, really super impressed with these for cycling. I have now put several hundred miles down with these in, on trafficked roads and untrafficked roads, in conversations with people, and I'm phenomenally impressed. So that is what I'm using as part of my gear on this trip. Plus there's no wire, and with this beard, I promise you, a wire is a terrible thing. It's so hard to do all the things. Plus, I mean, you got a wire here and then a helmet, clipping, and it's never good. At some point in time when I'm turning left or right, one of them always pops out. These don't. The strap on my helmet seems to hold these right in. So anyway, yeah, packed everything up. Gonna try to make it to Flagler Beach. That would be 80 miles. I think I can do it. So no telling whether I will or not, but I've got a big event in St. Augustine. My wife and kids are coming over for their spring break from the 7th through the 9th. So they're going to get there about 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon on the 7th. And I would like to be rolling in, within 10 to 30 minutes after they get there, so they can actually see me, ride up somewhere on one of these rides. It's something they've never got to experience. So yeah, anyway, that's what I'm pedaling toward and pedaling for, aside from the ministry opportunities and the person that I'm pedaling for today. So yeah, I'm ready to get on the road. Let's go. All right, so I am climbing up a nice little hill here, going over a road. I'm officially back on the I want to say it's the Florida Coast Trail. I rode this trail on the Florida Chronicles tour down into Titusville. So I'm officially back in territory that I remember. Like, it's funny because now I've been through like all the major cities in Florida. Pensacola, Tallahassee, Panama City Beach, Jacksonville, all of the East Coast Atlantic cities, Miami and whatnot. Been through Orlando, been through Tampa, St. Petersburg, Fort Myers, Naples. Like, now I can officially say State 12 was in the books. That's why I never counted Florida when everything was starting on the Coast to Coast tour, because I hadn't finished it yet and I knew I wanted to go back. So we can officially say, now that I'm back in familiar territory and done with the state, that Florida is completed. Still got to get out of the state. It's going to be kind of like Maine when I get there. But yeah, I just wanted to say, like, this morning, I went in and ate at the Village Inn. I remember that from when I was younger. They had pies in the counter, and I saw the sign, and it like immediately brought back these, you know, memories from when I was a child in Orlando of eating there. And so I was like, oh, I'm gonna get some breakfast at the Village Inn. And so I went in and sat down and ate. And while I was there, I noticed this other cyclist. Now, his name is Tom. He was on the other side of the highway. And I walked out. I told my server, I was like, hey, I'm going to walk outside real quick. I'm not leaving. I'm going to yell at this guy. So I went outside and I was like, hey, where are you riding to? And he ended up coming across the road and sat down, and I bought him a cup of coffee and we talked. He's 71 years old and he's riding from Washington, D.C. He's on day 25 of his trip. Washington, D.C. to Key West, Florida. They ride all over the world. And yeah, it's pretty neat how that all just came together. But he was like super interested in the how my panniers clip on the Tidy Cats buckets. He was like, oh, that's cool. And so he asked me what they were, and I said, I think it's Vincenta. And so we looked it up on Amazon, and it is Vincenta. And he ordered them while we were standing there. Like, he was like, I'm doing that. So it was pretty cool. Anyway, yeah, headed up out of Titusville now on this beautiful 12-foot wide bikes only, joggers only path that I've been on before. This is about the area that I saw my very first East Coast Greenway sign. I'll try and film the same one when I get back to it. But I put it in the Florida Chronicles tour. I really need to change the name of that. It's too hard to say. But I put it in the in that original video, and that's kind of what had me going on that. Now look here. Here is another touring cyclist with Ortlieb panniers. I can see the reflectors from under the oak tree. Looks like I get to stop and have another God-appointed conversation. Here we go. Howdy. Well, how about you? I tell you what, this water is so cold and refreshing. So cold. Yeah, this one ended up being like a proverbial oasis. I mean, that water temp can't be over 65. Like, it's cold, cold. It's coming up from some kind of cold spring somewhere, flowing under this bridge and headed back. And there are so many fish hitting here under this bridge where the shadow from the sun is. Like, they'll sit up in the shadow. I can't get it on film, but they'll sit in the shadow and then they'll just pop out and grab the bugs right in the sunlight. So it's been an interesting little moment out here. And I mean, I'm in the middle of nowhere. Like, I'm on the 3 mile point of the Florida Coast to Coast Bicycle Trail. I've seen like 6 people today. And this is just like an oasis. I mean, part of the horse trails. I'm sure they bring the horses down here to drink. Absolutely stunning. I cannot explain how just serene this spot is, with the birds over here just kind of walking around. And I've seen some falcons. Yeah, highly impressed with this section of the Florida Coast to Coast Trail. And this little section of Florida, you know, every ecosystem's different, and this one's been fun. Anyway, I can't hang out long. I'm like 22 miles in for the day, so I've got to keep going. I love you guys. I'll see you later. All right, so I stopped here at another oasis, but this one's actually got like water and Gatorade, and ran into Matt and Bobby here, and they are riding down from Edgewater, and we are now going to head up together back toward Edgewater. I told them I go slow, and they were like, we're good with that. So yeah, it's been really cool. Left a donation. They said that the lady's name that runs this is Virgie, and so yeah, just super excited. I left my sticker in the login book here, gave her a little donation, and it's nice to have some water again. So yeah, let's go. All right, so that was super cool riding with Matt and Bobby. When we got back to their vehicles where the parking lot was, they went their way and I came here to the gas station to get a banana and a chocolate milk. It looks like I'm still a few miles away from any town with a restaurant or anything like that. I do need to refuel. I'm at that point where I'm 40 miles in for the day, and if I'm gonna do another 40, it's 244, then I need to keep moving. And you know, with the sun setting around 8ish, then that doesn't give me much time. So I don't have long to stop, but I definitely need to stop and eat. So that's the next thing on the agenda. Time to get back on the bike. I love you guys. I'll see you later. stopped here at Stavros Pizza. Got the old jalapeno-roni. It was funny, the other day, Domino's popped up on my Facebook feed, and I had a picture of a jalapeno-roni pizza with pepperonis and jalapenos, and it was like, you were thinking about pizza. And I was at Dunkin' Donuts actually thinking about pizza, so a little bit weird. Anyway, yeah, I've got plenty of food. I ate, and I've got like 35 miles to go, 34 point something, to get to Flagler Beach. It is now 4:42, so I think I can make it before dark. If not, like, a lot of it is bike paths and bike trails, so I won't necessarily mind riding after dark, especially with the headlight and the lights on my helmet. So yeah, I'm just gonna ride. Like, I'd much rather be closer to my family being in St. Augustine tomorrow than just picking kind of a middle spot. It'll make it a little rougher on staying up to do the video tonight, but you know, I can wake up a little bit later in the morning tomorrow and just do 30 miles or whatever. Anyway, that's what I'm gonna do. I gotta hurry. Love you guys. See you later. Alright, so I thought this was pretty neat. This is the Orman Garage. It's the birthplace of speed. You can pause the video and read it. But so I talked to Flagler Beach, which is 11 miles from where I'm at. Should have like 77 miles total for the day. But I talked to them about an hour and a half ago, and they were like, yeah, we're gonna close at 8 and we're fully booked, but we can like give you a spot at our pavilion at regular rate, just, you know, weary traveler type thing. And I was like, deal, I will be there. So this was like, you know, I had to maintain 14 miles an hour. Caught a little tailwind, and I think I've actually even beat that. I think I'm gonna be there well before 8 o'clock. So pretty neat. I just saw this, I was like, first I had to use the restroom, second I had to get some water, and third I was like, yes, now they can add Adam Lineberry to this board. Anyway, I gotta keep moving. Well, I'm done for the day. I'm trying to be quiet because I have neighbors here. But since I've partially mastered the art of time travel, I'm going to throw this back to a previous version of me. Well, hi there. Thanks, future me. So, yeah, pretty productive day today. Ended up getting about 77 miles by the time everything was all said and done. Thought about going for that extra mile and a half, you know, one way and then back the other. But with them closing at 8 o'clock and me getting here at, 7:30, figured it probably wasn't that great of an idea. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and end the video here for the night. Super busy there at the campsite, getting everything up and ready, and being done this late is not my norm, but I know that it will be super busy, or it is super busy right now, says the time traveling version of myself. So yeah, if you know anyone who has passed away from addiction in any form or fashion, please drop their name in the comments or find me through the Papa link in the description. That link has all the ways you can find me. If you know anybody who's addicted, share this with them. I don't want to see anybody else die from addiction. It's a scourge. And I know you don't either. So let's do what we can to save lives today before the rehab's even built. And then last but not least, don't forget, Redeeming Eden is a nonprofit ministry through IGO, International Gospel Outreach. And you can find that link in the description as well. You can go there, you can donate one time, you can donate monthly. It's whatever the Lord puts on your heart. And if He does put it on your heart just to pray, then just pray. Prayer got me 77 miles, the old double portion. 2 days worth of riding, 2 oases, one to swim in and one to drink from, and 2 new friends to ride with today, Matt and Bobby. And not only that, I met 2 touring cyclists, Tom and Larry. So yeah, pretty productive day. I actually think there's 2 cyclists here at Gamble Rogers, because that's what they told me on the phone. They said, somebody's already got our last, emergency site. And I said, at this point, that doesn't matter. Like, have you got somewhere I can just sleep? Because I don't want to camp illegally. And he was like, let me see what we can do. So anyway, yeah, that's it from the day. Nice, good push for the day. Tomorrow only got about 34 miles to roll into St. Augustine, Florida, where I will arrive, Lord willing, to the cheers of a happy wife and children for a nice 2-day stay with the fam there in St. Augustine, which I will record some of. I'll make one video for both of those days and probably produce it the morning they leave. So yeah, from here at Gamble Rogers Memorial State Recreation Area, Flagler Beach, Florida. I love you guys. Jesus loves you. I'll see you later. Have a good night.